Hey, how you doing? Are you ready for another episode of WTF Talks? I know I'm not, so I hope you guys are. Hey, today is going to be a great conversation. We're going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship and starting your own business, and um, we don't have a
Debbie's
guest today. We don't have a guest today, which is sometimes fun.
It is just Dave and I. It's just me and you. This is fun of fun. I love having guests. Having guests is a blast, but I just love chatting with you. That's so much more fun. Not that other guests don't bring a lot of information and value, but we do this because we like each other. So I'm always happy when it's us.
Right? Well, and I want this to be a more intimate experience for our viewers. I want to feel like they're coming into a conversation. No, I don't. I'm just joking. I want this to be a
I was
great
like, where are you
experience.
going?
I want this to be a great experience for everybody. So I posted on LinkedIn this morning. I was actually just kind of this weekend having an opportunity to um, think and reflect, and I was going through family photo albums, and I came across a picture of my mom in her ceramic studio with a bunch of ladies. I had several pictures, but I only posted one. And there's like all this ceramics in the backdrop on the shelves, all the inventory, and these sitting around the table that mom would teach them at, and she was there, kind of talking to them about how to do. I don't know, scrape the lines off of ceramics. It doesn't seem like it needs a lot of teaching, but mom found a way to make money at it. Um, and
Ceramics is
make money.
amazing. I'm gonna go paint ceramics on my birthday on Thursday with mom. It's gonna be a blast. Like it's so much
Right?
fun. You just don't get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But that's fine. It is
No,
phenomenal.
no, I get it. I just don't know. Like the reality is people don't need to be taught how to scrape the lines off. But oh, that was beautiful.
That was
That
great.
was wonderful. That just helps you guys know that we don't edit this. Hannah just poured a bunch of water on herself. But
I actually cannot drink like a human being. I only drink through straws, but I'm desperately trying right now to stop drinking through straws because apparently it gives you like internal bubbles and like can create a lot of like internal problems because you're drinking air before you drink the water. So I'm trying desperately not to drink through a straw anymore, but I'm just a toddler and I don't know how to drink like an adult. But pardon me, sorry, keep going. Nina's the best.
it's
Don't let me
it's good that
distract.
you can admit you're still a toddler.
Out.
So like mom just found and not like mom made a lot of money doing this, but she uh, had some burn money from it and had a lot of fun interacting with people. But then like after that, mom did Lawrence Closet Boutique, which was kind of like to me my first experience with a thrift store. There was, I'm sure, Goodwill and Salvation Army long before that, but it was pretty
people
cool.
people can go and find these pictures, but because for one of the first times ever I'm not recording on my uh, computer, you can actually just see it. So this is the
Yeah,
Lorna's closet, and this is them making ceramics.
right. So those are like distinct memories of my childhood, and what I put in the post was like, what are the influences that make you an entrepreneur? And so, being the deep researcher that I am, I went to ChatGPT and I said, what percentage of entrepreneurs had parents that were entrepreneurs? And it comes out 48%.
Mm.
So then I went on to ask ChatGPT, like, what about like children following their parents in their career paths? Because I thought that would be higher. I really did. I thought it would be like right around 48% also. But shocking to me, it was like in the mid 20s. And it wasn't like super detailed. And so I can't quote a specific number because it's not going to be really accurate. But it was somewhere in the 20s. They gave a couple of different um they gave a couple of different illustrations of it. So like military families, um, like about 23% of military families follow into a career in the military or fire department, police. Those are all ones that we know are really kind of, more heavily than guys that are arthroscopic surgeons. But it's just interesting
What,
how that really plays out.
what does it even mean? Anthroscopic?
I don't know. I just kind of made it up. No, it's a surgery where they go in very small through to your um Yeah, with
Laparoscopic?
little cameras and stuff. I don't know anything about it.
You mean laparoscopic? I think that's the word.
Laparoscopic?
Laparoscopic.
No, that's
Anyways.
different, but same. There's lots of terms in medical that we don't know.
Yeah, it's like the words we pretend to pick up after watching Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, couldn't tell you.
So, like for me, the fact that myself and my three brothers all went on to entrepreneurial um, adventures. All three of my brothers were either consultants or small business owners or started significant organizations and led them from the get-go. And like our family was 100% of the kids all did that. And that says something weird about the McDonald's, and I'm not sure what it says really. Maybe we're not good employees. That's kind of been my bailiwick, but I could have been a good employee. Could I have been a good employee? That's a great question for the web sphere, the interwebs, as some people like to call it. Do you think Dave could be a good employee? Is that even possible? Please comment and let us know.
You could if you had nothing else going on, but you would never not have something else going on. So you would not. If you didn't have other stuff to distract yourself, you'd be great at whatever you chose to do. You're a phenomenal person. You work really hard. You're very, very diligent. Like, you'd be more organized. It would be less distracted. You're a good worker, but you've got way too many ideas. And so you start to pull them all out and then you get distracted. And that's where that would be a challenge, because you would have your own entrepreneurial venture on the side that you would be too excited about and thinking about.
Sure.
And so
and that was one of the base. And that was one of the bases for Mom and I choosing a staffing firm when we chose to go into staffing, as opposed to, like, we looked at buying a tart business, like making butter tarts. Can you imagine how massive I would be if I'd gone into making butter tarts?
Tart? I thought you said tarp, and I was like, thank goodness we don't do that. I'd be no interest in
No,
that.
butter tarts.
Tart?
Butter tarts.
I don't actually like tarts, but the concept of owning a bakery sounds really fun. I was about to say,
yeah, but how big would I be?
What couldn't possibly be true, because staffing agencies are so fun, and we could go to bakeries. In fact, one of my first ever orders was for a bakery, and I got made so much fun of from the entire recruiting team. They were like, "What is this? Like, give me a forklift operator." Like, what do you mean you need a noodle maker? I was like, come on now, this is fun. Let's get into it.
Right. Yeah, I think the reality is that, so as I said, that's one of the reasons why we started in staffing, was because Mom saw that staffing would be appropriate for my ADD mind, serving all sorts of types of businesses in one kind of specific way. And so I'd get to have the fun of going out and meeting all the different businesses. And then the team has always had the responsibility to recruit. Like
that is a smart woman.
I don't know if I've recruited 10 people my whole life that didn't work for us. I don't know that I certainly didn't fill 100 roles, I don't think. I've always had a team of people around me that did the detailed work that was really important to serving the client's best interest. My thing's been building relationships with people and trying to get orders in the house. But we said from the beginning, multiple locations. That's good for Dave. I can start in a new location. I can start a new niche, because we started in trucking, so we can, now we do light industrial, we do office, and so all these other little spurs are good for my entrepreneurial wanderings and my mind that now our business may not be as big as other guys that started similarly and had a single focus and really drove in that direction. But
I would argue that that's a massive blessing. I mean, you're 30 months into a freight recession, and thank goodness we don't just do truckers. Like, I love them. Love them. Give me as many driver orders as you possibly can have, please. My goodness. But like, that'd be hard this year. So it's
right. Absolutely.
Every sword has two sides.
Absolutely. And um like the reality is for me that I wouldn't be good at driving the same nail every day, all day. I just couldn't do it. I'm not built that way. And so one of the newer nails that we've been doing is obviously these podcasts and WTF talks. But one of the things that's spurring off from this is the idea of peer groups and business consulting, which we talked about a couple years ago. But we're really excited about these peer groups. And I had somebody ask me about how much they cost the other day, and what our go to market was like. Who's going to sell this for us? And I was like, well, we're not selling it. Like, I'm not selling the service. People are buying the service. This isn't something that I'm out schlocking on the streets. This is something where people are like, hey, you've got a really unique voice. Like, you speak about things differently than other people do. And I could use someone like that in my life to help me move in a specific direction for a specific period of time. I don't believe in business consulting engagements that are more than like 12 or 18 months. I've had lots of coaches over the course of time, lots of mentor coaches or whatever. Um, and I find that they're always seasonal, that they last for 6 months to 2 years to 5 years. But like the last 2 years or 3 years, you're like, I really like getting together with this guy, but why am I still paying him money? And for me, the key is to provide value to people. And so what I'm asking people to do is, when they're done, just tell me, and we'll continue to hang out. We'll have a coffee from time to time. This doesn't need to be, it needs to drive value to you. And if it doesn't drive value to you, I don't want you getting on a call with me feeling like it's an obligation. I want to support people and help them grow in their business. I want people to learn from my mistakes. I do have, as you can tell from my LinkedIn profile, a master's degree from Hard Knocks University, and how to recover from bad mistakes. That's my thing. So if you can learn from that thing, I'd love to help you. So, and Hannah, you're doing more public speaking and stuff, and I'm loving that.
Yeah, I'm also doing my own peer group. So I'm doing a peer group with you, which is so great. And I'm so excited to really get it rolling. I think it's going to be a really big value for people, because you do have the hard knocks struggle degree that you've come through. But I think that together we can offer some really different perspectives and really create some conversations that typical people wouldn't necessarily feel the freedom to venture into, let alone like hold their own place within. So I'm really excited to do that with you and to see what comes from our group together, because it'll be really interesting. And then I'm also doing my own group. So I have a group right now of 4 people, and I will take 4 more before I cap it off. If you're interested to give this to your kids as they're graduating, and I'm really excited about it because I actually just wrote out all of the content for it yesterday, and the curriculum for it. And it's going to be really interesting. But it is a 12-month program for recent graduates. And the whole concept is coming out of the first book that I ever published, Well, Shit, It's Time to Grow Up. And I'm actually redoing the cover and putting air quotes around it's time to grow up, because I think that was a miss in the first one that I did. But so many people come into this experience and they're like, oh my gosh, like it's time, like this is the graduation. I'm walking across the stage, I'm smiling at my mom in the crowd, I'm grabbing my diploma, and I'm stepping down the other side, and then having a panic attack, because what the heck do I do next? And where do I go from here? How do I recover from the rejection? How do I deal with creating confidence for myself? How do I XYZ, whatever? There's so many things. Set yourself up for success. And so if you want to set your kids up for success and put them in a peer group, I would love to connect with them. It's going to be a really, really good content for them, kind of as they're going through that first year post grad and what that can look like. So would love the opportunity to meet with anybody new who wants their kiddo to get in this, because it'll be great. But I'm excited. We're starting in June.
So Hannah, what's the commitment people are making to you in regards to that? Like how many are they like signing up for a whole year right off the bat?
No, so I'm similarly to you. I'm not going to require that anybody does anything. I personally think that your problem around the 2-year thing is your internal desire to continue to move and go really fast. And I think that the average person who finds somebody who they trust really will lean into that and really continually go back to it. I could be so wrong. So maybe people will only come for a month. Maybe they'll have one session. Maybe they'll hate it. Maybe they'll love it. We'll see. But yes, you 1 month at a time. If you love it, keep coming. If you hate it, stop coming. That's totally fine. But same to you. I want them to have value. I want them to walk away going, oh, that was so valuable for XYZ reason. And so we have one group session and then we'll have one internal session a month. So just
Right.
them and I.
I can't believe that you're limiting it to 8 people, because I think 1,000 people could go into a group with you like that and really benefit. And there's so much need for young grads, particularly coming out of university, um, and like what to do with that. But also people that are looking to go into a career straight from high school, if they're not going to university or they're taking a gap year, that I suppose would be a good target person for you as well.
Yeah, it is. It definitely could be bigger. It could be something significant. And I'm not saying that if this picks up and starts to go well, I don't turn it into something significant. But I want to start with a small group. I want to get a beta group through. I want to get all their feedback. I want to know what was great and what was horrible and what I can do better. So if your kid's graduating next year, be even more excited because it'll be way better next year. But I think that the people that I've got in this group right now, I could very much see growing into internal leaders within the program. So if I run it and it's fantastic and I get a ton of interest, what I would do is promote, like not promote, but take each of these people who are doing it right now and bring them to a group leader session. Then I would host like a massive conversation with as many people that sign up once a month. And then I would distribute all of the other conversations to the leaders of the people who are going through the content right now. So I also see the scalability of it and want to do that, but I want to make sure that I approach it in a way that I'm really truly understanding what's good and what's bad so that I can do it better in the future. I don't want to blow it out of proportion right away.
Okay, cool. That reminds me, I need to introduce you to somebody.
Fantastic. I'll ask about
So
it later.
ask me later about it. So guys, those are some of the exciting things that are going on with us.
What are you doing right now? What's going on this week? Right, currently, at this moment, I am sitting in Montreal looking out. Wait, I wonder if I can flip my camera around. Oh, I sure can. Look at how gorgeous this is. Sitting out looking in Montreal. I'm getting ready. I'm going to the Access Conference today, speaking on a panel for multi-generational workforces. How do we collaborate with many different types of people in this workforce? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm really excited. It's going to be a great day. How about you? What are you up to this week?
That's cool. I've got a computer guy coming in to fix my server right now after this, and then I've got some cold calls to make today, and then of course I'm going to the National Recruiting and Retention Symposium, excuse me, this week in Burlington, Ontario. Hey, if you're not going to be there. Like, come on. That's one of the best industry events for recruiting in the transportation industry and maintaining retention in the transportation industry. It's very applicable to all roles in the company, and it really could be applicable to all industries. But it's put on by transportation people for transportation people, and I love it. It's one of my very favorite weeks, so I'm so looking forward to that. See you in Burlington on Wednesday, Thursday for that.
I thought
Not
you were
you.
going to say that it was one of your favorite weeks because it's my birthday. It's my birthday week, that ultimately changed your life forever. And so
It did.
naturally,
It did change my life
you're
forever.
super
Let me tell
crazy.
you. Let me tell you. I got a new boss that day. But no, the truth of the matter is that your birthday to me is always on the Sunday, regardless, because you were born on a Sunday on Mother's Day, and so that's kind of the date. You're on a 52-week cycle, not on a 365-day cycle in my mind for your birthday, which doesn't make
So
sense. And
wait, I have to know. We'll wrap it up this way because this is so not relevant at all, but just a curious question. In your brain, when you close your eyes, where does the year start? If you see a calendar, where does it start?
it starts in two places, January and September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine starts in September. Like
School
January
year.
is not the beginning of the year. Like it is weird.
Yeah, for me, like my dad was an educator. So there was, so like in our house, September was a new thing. And in those days when I was growing up, um, school teachers in Ontario got paid on the last day of June for all of their summer money. So they didn't do a payroll the end of July. They didn't do a payroll. They did a payroll the end of August because they worked a couple of days in August. And so my dad had to get that money through the 60 days. And so we were just always, we were like eating pretty meager coming up to that paycheck in August. Fortunately, we lived on a farm and we had lots of, uh, produce around and lots of beef in the freezer. But I could see how if we had still lived in the city and we didn't have our own animals and big gardens, that we would have had less.
Definitely no donuts by the time the end of August came through.
Dad only ever bought donuts on Saturday night at the bake sale at AMP. And every week, pretty much, when my brothers were teenagers and a lot when I was a kid, Dad would go and buy those. Because in those days, Sunday shopping wasn't a thing and grocery stores were closed on Sunday. So the end of the day on Saturday, you got the best deal on donuts because they were not going to be fresh on Monday.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Now only Chick-fil-A closes on Sundays.
Right?
Only one.
Absolutely. So
Well, have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening and joining us. And we'll see you again. I'm going to make Dave be a little more repetitive with these bad boys. We're going to do them a little bit more consistently. So you might have some shorter but more consistent and more videos coming your way. But thank you for
looking
listening.
forward to it.